welcome to another episode here, and on today's episode is something interesting. First, it was shared to us by Dan, so thank you, Dan, for this interesting episode here, and it's entitled Prime Muhammad Ali was actually unreal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prime Muhammad Ali was actually unreal. How?
Yeah, let's see. And I think first time we heard of Muhammad Ali, we were getting into his activist journey.
Exactly. We watched most of his clips, him fighting for the black people and all that.
And on that activist journey, he was being praised on the boxing part of it. Yeah, that's when we noticed like he was a boxer, then he was some kind of a hype man. He was hyping more himself. So let's see what this episode got for us.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to the end.
And don't you forget to subscribe. Maybe you're new here, maybe you love what we do here. Please subscribe for you to stay tuned in each and every episode that we post here. And in case you have your favorite you would love to share with us, feel free to do so on our Buy Me a Coffee link. We have a link on the description. Check it out. We also have our Patreon community link as well. Check it out on the description. Remember, for Patreon, we post there all the movies. So if you're a movie fan, join Patreon, watch the movies. And in case maybe you want to support us much on maybe otherwise on Patreon, you can join our Patreon membership. So let's dive in.
Yeah, let's see. Muhammad Ali, how real or unreal was
Imagine being so fast that heavyweight champions couldn't hit you. Imagine being so confident that you told the world exactly
I think this is about his boxing.
Yeah.
Okay.
how you were going to beat your opponents, and then did it. Imagine standing across from the most feared man in boxing, Sonnyliston, and making him quit on his stool.
Sonnyliston?
Yeah, that's another boxer being
I've just heard him for the first time
in my life.
I've also remembered the last time we did episode of Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
They were kind of comparing him to Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, and Muhammad Ali was there before
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
That was Muhammad Ali. Today people call him the greatest. But that phrase has been repeated so many times that most fans have forgotten what it actually looked like. Because Prime Ali didn't look real. He moved like a lightweight. He fought with his hands down. He made world champions look ordinary. Before the exile. Before the legendary wars.
He made the world champions look ordinary.
And it was this mentioned before the exile, before the legendary wars.
Yeah.
And there's a time Muhammad Ali on the episode we did, he mentioned that he was being forced to go to the military in the wars, and that's where he denied that, and he was being taken off his belt.
Exactly. I remember that.
He said that his belt was taken away. He was forced to stop boxing.
He couldn't continue with his boxing career because of him just refusing to join the military.
The military and go and fight.
What? That was so cruel.
Before he became a global icon. There was a young Muhammad Ali who seemed years ahead of every heavyweight alive. And for a few brief years in the 1960s, boxing had no answer for him. This wasn't just a champion at his peak. This was the closest thing boxing has ever seen to a perfect heavyweight. Welcome to Back to Boxing. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. was born on January 7th. Welcome to Back to Boxing. Cassius Marcellus
Clay Jr. So that's his real name.
Cassius. Mark the name. We might use somewhere.
Clay Jr. was born on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky. He started boxing at 12 years old. Not because of some grand vision, but because someone stole his bicycle and he wanted to fight whoever took it. A police officer named Joe Martin ran a local boxing gym and told him he had better learn to box first. That is how it started. What happened over the next 6 years was one of the most accelerated athletic developments in the history of combat sports. Between 1954 and 1960, Clay compiled an amateur record of 100 wins and 5 losses, 6 Kentucky Golden Gloves titles, 2 National Golden Gloves titles, 2 National AAU titles. By 18, he had more amateur experience than most.
That was like before 18.
Yeah, that's before 18. From 12 to 18, that's 6 years, that period.
How lucky can a person be?
Professionals' total fights. His coaches from that era have consistently described something deeply unusual. A young heavyweight who moved like a welterweight, with reflexes that belonged to a much smaller man, and who had already developed an almost obsessive relationship with defensive movement. He held his hands low. He leaned back from punches instead of slipping sideways. He circled away from power shots. Everything the textbook said to do, he did the opposite. And it worked so well that arguing with him was pointless.
What?
They put 100.
Okay,
I love that character.
I think it will be worth it for us to watch some of his fights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. So you guys,
they were
if you
maybe
have,
recorded somewhere.
yeah, if you have any clip, feel free to share because I love that. And then the way our narrator is describing him, heavy, I don't know what heavyweight. Oh my god, that's so.
And I think heavyweight is a belt, and it's also a stage, or maybe I don't know much about boxing, but I know it's it's not a belt, like it's a division of punching. It also involved the that thing they wear in the hand. Yeah, the glove. It also reduces maybe the
effect on your skin.
Yeah, the mattress on it. So in heavyweight, it's kind of like it's real punches. Like,
oh, for me, I thought like heavyweight is like the way you weigh.
You might be weighing that, but you are not able to stand maybe 8 rounds in the ring.
So
heavyweight,
it's like actually the way you endure, like how you the extent you can endure the punches and all
yeah,
that.
it's let me give you in terms of maybe division, like you will be fighting kind of like, let me give an example of maybe division 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is the heavyweight, where it's for the baddest.
Like, someone who can like stay in a ring for a very long time.
He has the gas, he has the everything.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's kind
of. So he's an heavyweight. He can stay like for a very long time. He can go maybe to 10 rounds.
Yeah, like he's competing with the high classes,
the baddest.
The baddest. Like it's kind of, that's my guess.
The 1960 Rome Olympics was where the world first took notice. Clay was 18, competing at light heavyweight, and in the gold medal.
You see, light heavyweight. Yeah, I think I was right about it.
Final, he faced Zbigniew Pieczykowski of Poland, a 3-time European champion and 2-time Olympic bronze medalist.
What?
Pieczykowski was a southpaw with a wealth of high-level experience, exactly the kind of fighter designed to give flashy young boxers problems. Clay destroyed him. The first 2 rounds were close. The third round was not. He adjusted to the southpaw stance, hurt Pieczykowski repeatedly, and left him bloodied at the final bell. The judges awarded the gold medal unanimously. People who had never watched boxing in their lives stood up. Clay came home a hero, wore his gold medal everywhere, and was reportedly still refused service at a Louisville restaurant because of the color of his skin.
What?
He turned professional in October of 1960. He was 18 years old, and the sport had absolutely no idea what was coming. The physical gifts that broke the sport. To understand what made Ali extraordinary, you have to understand what a heavyweight is supposed to look like.
Okay.
At his peak fighting weight of around 210 to 215 pounds, Ali was lean in a way most heavyweights were not. He stood 6'3" with a 78-inch reach, and he moved in a way that violated every assumption people had about big men. His hand speed was not anecdotal, it was tested. Multiple studies conducted during his prime years, including work documented by his ringside physician Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, clocked Ali's jab traveling at speeds of around 40 miles per hour from the set position. The average professional boxer's jab travels at roughly 30 to 35 miles per hour.
Okay.
Ali's jab was faster than that of most welterweights, who are more than 60 pounds lighter. But raw speed is only part of it. He threw his jab in ways that made it genuinely unpredictable, sometimes as a rangefinder, sometimes to interrupt an opponent's timing, sometimes in doubles and triples, sometimes to the body to set up the headshot. He varied speed, angle and target constantly. He threw it while moving laterally, which is technically difficult because your weight distribution while circling makes power generation hard. Ali generated power anyway. The footwork defied explanation. He moved on the balls of his feet with a lightness that looked choreographed. circling away from right hands, using lateral movement to completely negate forward pressure from heavier punches, covering ground in ways that made opponents look
I've
like...
just seen like he's kind of avoiding the punches by like leaning backwards.
Leaning back.
And narrator was mentioning like instead of like moving sideways, he's going backwards.
They were fighting in slow motion. Angelo Dundee, his trainer from his first professional fight until the end of his career, said in multiple interviews that he never coached Ali on footwork in any meaningful sense. It was there when Ali arrived. The physiological reason it all worked is that Ali's reaction time was measured at somewhere between 0.18 and 0.19 seconds, compared to a professional athlete average of roughly 0.25 seconds. That gap is enormous. It means that by the time an opponent decided to throw a punch and the fist had begun to move, Ali had already started his defensive response. He was not reacting to punches. He was reacting to the intention to throw them. And unlike most athletic marvels, Ali's gifts translated perfectly into the ring. Speed alone does not make a great fighter. Plenty of fast fighters have existed. What made Ali different was that he understood exactly how to weaponize every advantage he had.
I think this shows well how he used to juggle his feats.
The footwork.
Yeah, the footwork. He's kind of on toes, like jogging every time.
Yeah, and he also had like he was throwing his punches while like running, like
while moving
around, which is very hard to other like.
By the way.
He knew when to accelerate, when to retreat, when to make an opponent miss by an inch instead of a foot. Every movement served a purpose. Every mistake he forced had already been calculated seconds earlier. This is why holding his hands low worked. This is why leaning back looked reckless to everyone else.
Yeah, by the way, he's fighting different from other fighters. Other fighters fight like this. Yeah, covering your face, blocking them, but for him, he's dodging them.
But was perfectly safe for him.
Look at that.
This is why fighters who were technically sound and carefully prepared would spend 12 rounds hitting nothing but air, dismantling Liston and Patterson.
Are you a low-skilled...
Okay, even goes to 12 rounds.
Oh my god. Well, just moving around like that, I feel like you will really get shy.
Yeah, you feel some kind of stew.
Clay was 19-0, but still widely considered a loudmouth kid who had not been truly tested. The man supposed to...
like a loudmouth kid. Like he was really... I told you he knew how to hype himself.
Speak for himself, like
speak for
talk.
himself. Yeah, he's kind of... we say in Swahili, selling you fear, like... making you
like feel who is this guy? The way he's jazzing himself, like
it's gassing himself.
To expose him was Sonnyliston, quite possibly the most feared heavyweight in boxing history up to that point. Liston had destroyed Floyd Patterson twice, the second time in just over 2 minutes. He hit with a force everyone who experienced it described as something beyond normal human punching power. The sports writing establishment picked Liston to win so convincingly that many writers were openly worried about Clay's safety. One writer said before the fight that Clay would need a stretcher, not a corner man. What happened on February 25th, 1964?
Who is that? The corner man is the guy who usually sits there in the corner. Because I've seen in terms of maybe when at the round one ends, he goes there, being given some water.
Oh, an attendant.
Yeah, and he says that he could need a stretcher instead of
a corner man.
Yeah.
In Miami was one of the most stunning results in sports history. Clay was not just better than Liston, he made Liston look ordinary. He moved the entire fight, not running, but working, circling, making Liston miss by enormous margins and then punishing him during the fractions of a second. Liston was off balance. In round 4, a substance, likely a liniment or coagulant, temporarily blinded Clay, and he spent most of the round surviving on instinct and movement alone. Dundee pushed him back out and told him to run. His eyes cleared and he went straight back to work. Liston did not come out for round 7, claiming a shoulder injury. Whatever the cause, 6 rounds of being outmaneuvered and outthought had taken its toll. Cassiusclay was heavyweight champion of the world at 22. The victory instantly changed the balance of power in boxing. Overnight, the loud young challenger became the sport's biggest star. More importantly, it proved that Ali's style was not a gimmick. The movement, the reflexes, the low hands, and the constant talking all worked against the most intimidating heavyweight alive. The rematch in May 1965 produced the famous Phantom Punch controversy, a short, chopping right hand that dropped Liston at 1 minute 42 seconds of the first round. The punch was real. It has been analysed frame by multiple experts, and the leverage, generated by a tight body rotation from an unusual angle, was legitimate. Liston stayed down longer than necessary, for reasons that remain disputed, but the knockdown itself happened. Floyd Patterson arrived next with a political edge. He publicly refused to call his opponent Muhammadali, insisting on the name Cassiusclay as a rejection of the Nation of Islam. Ali was incensed, and what followed in November 1965 was not a quick knockout, but something more deliberate. He knocked Patterson down multiple times in the early rounds, hurt him repeatedly, and then extended the fight, keeping Patterson upright, punishing him, talking to him throughout 12 rounds before the referee stopped it. Patterson was
talking to him.
Yeah, he said that he usually fight as he talks, as he.
So how will he able to like talk and because they always have some
mouth guard. Usually the mouth guard it's on one jaw.
Oh.
Either up or down.
So you can talk.
was hampered by a back injury, but the damage Ali inflicted went well beyond exploiting a disadvantage. He took Patterson apart with total control, round by round, in a way that felt entirely intentional in its thoroughness. It was a statement. Ali wanted the boxing world to understand that he was not just the champion. He was something the sport had not seen before.
Okay.
The greatest night in heavyweight history. On November 14th, 1966, at the Houston Astrodome, Muhammad Ali fought Cleveland Williams. Over 35,000 people attended. Ali was 24 years old. What happened that night is widely considered by boxing historians, trainers, and former world champions to be the single greatest individual performance in heavyweight boxing history. Williams was not a soft opponent. He stood 6'3", weighed 210 pounds, and hit with devastating power. He had been a top 10 heavyweight contender for nearly a decade.
Wow.
He had also been shot by a Texas state trooper 18 months earlier, losing a kidney, but had recovered and was still physically imposing and capable of ending a fight with one punch. The fight lasted 3 rounds and 1 minute. Ali threw an estimated 100 punches with extraordinary accuracy. He knocked Williams down 4 times. And yet the scorecards of that fight do not capture what made it historic. The real story was the gap in speed, timing, and skill that seemed to separate Ali from every other heavyweight on earth. But the numbers are not the point. Watch the footage, and you will see something that even people who had followed Ali for years described as unlike anything they had seen before or since. His movement in this fight reached a level beyond his already exceptional standard. He was throwing punches from angles that should not have been...
Like punches after punches. Even the opponent was not like able to throw as much punches
possible, given his position and momentum. He was changing direction mid-combination. He was making a legitimate heavyweight contender look like a beginner trying to catch smoke. Angelo Dundee called it the best Ali had ever been. Sugar Ray Robinson, watching ringside, stood up afterward and told reporters it was the best performance he had ever seen from a heavyweight. Howard Cosell described it as witnessing something that did not seem physically possible from a man that size. What makes this the benchmark rather than some of his other great nights is that there was no adversity to overcome, no crisis to survive. This was Ali at 100% capacity, in full control, with nothing forcing him to dig deep or adapt on the fly. This was simply the ceiling of what he could do. And what the ceiling looked like was something the sport had no framework for. The 3.5 years that were stolen. On April 28, 1967, Muhammad Ali refused induction into the United States Army, citing his religious beliefs as a member of the Nation of Islam and his conscientious objector status. Within hours, every state athletic commission in the country suspended his boxing license. He was stripped of the heavyweight title, convicted of draft evasion and sentenced to 5 years in prison,
What?
though he remained free on appeal until the Supreme Court unanimously overturned the conviction in 1971. From April 1967 to October 1970, Ali did not fight a single professional boxing match. He was 20.
Imagine after winning all that, getting yourself all the title, then
Yeah,
for
baby.
just one thing that you have the right like to accept or reject the offer you're being given.
And remember that your belt or your championship will be automatically given to someone.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because they have revoked it. Like, what? That's so bad.
25 years old when the exile began and 28 when it ended. Those are, by any reasonable measure, the prime years of a professional athlete's career. Ali was not just good during his pre-exile period. The Williams fight strongly suggested he was still ascending, still getting better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just imagine without that, like, if all that couldn't have happened, like where will he, like, how will he end up? Like, he would be more great and great.
Yeah. But let's hope, did he come back after that?
Meant that the best version of Muhammad Ali never got to fight. The exile took 3.5 years from the middle of what should have been his greatest stretch.
Yeah.
Consider what we know about peak athletic performance. Fighters typically peak between 25 and 29. Ali was exiled through all of it. The Joefraziers and Georgeforemans of the era built their careers and their confidence in an environment where the best fighter alive was not allowed to compete. Ali never got to fight any of them at the age when he would have been most dangerous. What the exile also did, irreversibly, was...
So where was he in the exile? Exile, you were being chased from the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember, that's the time when you are supposed to be more and more stronger, because I think after that, in 30s, you will not be having same energy like when you
Yeah,
were
by the way.
like there in 20s and all that.
physical. 3.5 years without professional competition took something from Ali's legs that never fully came back. The speed that had defined him. The speed that made him categorically different from every other heavyweight in history diminished. When Ali returned, his footwork was still extraordinary by any normal standard, but it was not what it had been in 1966. He was a different fighter, still remarkable, but different. The version of Ali who might have existed between 1967 and 1970, unexiled and still improving, that is the version the sport and the world never got to see. That is the real loss. The return of the king. Ali's first fight back was October 26, 1970, against Jerry Quarry in Atlanta, Georgia. Held there because Georgia had no state athletic commission to block it. He stopped Quarry in 3 rounds with a cut over the eye. 2 months later, he stopped Oscar Bonavena, who had never been stopped, not even by Frazier, in the 15th round with 3 knockdowns. The comeback was legitimate.
Exactly.
Then,
at least he came back with
2 straight wins.
Yeah, that was impressive.
came Joefrazier. March 8, 1971, Madison Square Garden. The fight of the century. Both men undefeated, both earning $5 million, the largest purses in boxing history to that point.
What?
Frazier won by unanimous decision, knocking Ali down in the 15th with a left hook. Ali got up and finished, but Frazier had the better night. It was Ali's first professional loss. 3 years later came Georgeforeman in Kinshasa, Zaire, the Rumble in the Jungle. Foreman was 25, had demolished Frazier in 2 rounds, and was considered perhaps the most physically dominant heavyweight since Liston. Ali was 32. He spent most of the fight on the ropes, covering up, absorbing punches on his arms and body, while Foreman exhausted himself, a strategy his corner knew nothing about until it was already working. In the 8th round, Foreman was spent, and Ali came off the ropes and took him apart with a combination that sent him spinning to the canvas. Ali was heavyweight champion of the world again, 7 years after being stripped of the title. The following year brought the thriller in Manila, Joefrazier, a 3rd time in the Philippines. Both men were damaged beyond what most fighters experience in an entire career. Ali ahead on points when Frazier's corner stopped it after the 14th round. Both men said afterward it was the closest thing to dying they had ever experienced.
What? watching
By
now.
this stage, Ali was absorbing punishment. The earlier version of him would never have absorbed. The rope-a-dope, the clinching, the survival rounds, these were brilliant adaptations, but adaptations born from necessity. His legs were no longer what they had been. He had become a different kind of great. He remained champion until February 1978, when Leonspinks, with just 7 professional fights, won a 15-round split decision in one of boxing's greatest upsets. Ali won the rematch 7 months later, becoming the first 3-time heavyweight champion in history. He retired in 1979, came back once more in 1980 to face Larry Holmes and was stopped in the 11th, fought once more in 1981 and retired for good. 37 wins, 5 losses, 36 knockouts.
What? That's 7 wins, 5 losses. Wow.
37 knockout, 36 knockouts.
3 heavyweight championships.
Wow.
What he left behind. The case for Muhammad Ali as the greatest heavyweight of all time is not really a debate among serious students of the sport at this point.
Exactly.
It is a conclusion most people in boxing have reached through the same process, watching the footage, studying the numbers, and running out of ways to argue otherwise. What makes the case so strong is not any single quality. It is the combination. The speed was historic. The footwork was historic. The jab was historic. The chin, demonstrated in wars with Frazier, Norton, and Foreman, was historic. The ring intelligence, the ability to adjust mid-fight, to devise entirely new strategies against different opponents, was historic. And the record, built against one of the deepest eras of heavyweight competition the sport has ever seen, stands on its own. He beat Liston, the most feared man in boxing. He beat Frazier twice and Foreman once, 2 men who rank among the best heavyweights who ever lived. He beat Patterson, Norton, Chuvalo, Quarry, Bonavena, Williams, and dozens of others. He did this across 3 distinct versions of himself. The young, explosive, untouchable Ali of the early 1960s, the mature and strategically dominant Ali of the mid-1960s, and the older, will-powered, fundamentally different Ali of the 1970s comeback. The neurological damage he suffered, diagnosed as Parkinson's syndrome, likely worsened significantly by the punishment he absorbed in his later career, especially the Holmes fight, is a tragedy that cannot be ignored. The man who once moved faster than the eye could track was slowed by a disease that eventually took his speech, his movement, and his ability to engage with the world he had so loudly and brilliantly inhabited for decades. He died on June 3rd, 2016, at 74 years old. What remains is the footage. And if you have never sat down and actually watched it, not the highlights, not the 30-second clips, but the full fights, round by round against Williams and Liston and Foreman, then you have not yet understood what Muhammad Ali was. Watch him move in 1966 and try to find anything like it from a heavyweight before or since. Watch the jab land in the same spot 3 times faster than the opponent can register the first one. Watch him circle away from a right hand before it has fully crossed the ring. Watch him drop his hands to his sides, look at the crowd, and still not get hit. The word for what you will see is not great. Great is what we call fighters who are better than everyone else in their era. What Ali was, particularly in those years between 1963 and 1967, with the Houston Astrodome as the proof, was something the sport has not produced a name for yet. He was not great, he was unreal.
Yeah, he was unreal.
Exactly.
Yeah, and just to start where he has ended about his medical or healthy condition that took his life. Yeah, it's something that I've not gotten it well.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that I think one of the fights he got into, I think, was the beginning of the tragedy. To the, I think he mentioned what syndrome.
A condition,
Yeah.
and took his speech, took his movements.
Movements, yeah.
Oh,
That later was the cause of his death.
Oh, may his soul rest in peace. But
Yeah.
what he left behind, or what he made, or the mark he made in boxing, being specific on this episode, is such an interesting thing that we are much interested to jump into.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was so impressive. Like all those, like 5 losses.
5, yeah.
Yeah, 5 losses. That one. Oh my
And
God,
I think
that's so
the
impressive.
2 or 3 came at his
When
late
after,
career
yeah.
time.
after
Exile.
the exile.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the exile made him to like lose his like his earlier like
He's the prime time.
prime time. You know, when you are out like 3 years without playing, like it's really it causes a damage.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
but
Even if he came with a little bit of comeback, it was it dragged him a little bit behind.
and also it reduced the number. If he's only the first one to win, or he's the first one person to win 3 championships, we could even increase the number. The
That's
number to
true.
4, 5, or maybe more than that. But let's celebrate what he gave us.
Yes.
And
I'm so glad
recognize
that he came back and even retired himself. So
Yeah.
that was a great one.
Yeah. So guys, you can tell us when was his activist journey started now, when he finished the career,
I feel like
or maybe
when he
after
retired.
3 years exile.
I feel like when he retired.
When he retired.
Yeah.
When he retired.
Because he retired in like 30 something years.
Yeah.
So that was he was still very young. So
Tell us more
definitely
about
more
him.
energetic to like fight and do all that till 78 years.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of boxing, you can tell us more about the maybe the rules, the heavyweight level that you have been asking before.
Yeah, you
at
can
first.
explain to us.
You can explain to us, and also bring your favorite maybe boxer that we have not seen yet.
Yeah, we've had Peterson, I don't know who.
Pleasure.
Yeah, so you can bring more of it because it's fun, and also bring more of maybe his clips as well, Muhammadali's clips.
Yeah, that's
so that
what we're watching.
we can enjoy it. So we really appreciate that.
Subscribe, stay tuned. Thank you, Dan, for such an interesting episode.
Yeah, and we hope to see you soon.
We out.
Bye bye.